Okay, just a second. Now, is the voice better now? Okay, all right. Okay, so good to see so many participants joining for this internship opportunity where I invited you to join so this is in a way an unorthodox kinds of internship where you are interested in spending your summer vacation by spending your time as a political consultant interning for this opportunity. So having so many participants, nearly 50 plus and more are still joining right now. It really gives me, a lot of interest in and curiosity also to see that so many IITians, young people like you from reputed institutes are interested in this kind of unorthodox field. So just to share with you, even I am also an alumnus from IIT Kanpur. I graduated in 2012. So I was there from 2007 till 2012. Mine was MSc Integrated Economics. And that time, this field was still, nobody heard of it and it was very unpopular. It was still coming up, rather, I would say. It was time of India against corruption. Aam Aadmi Party was starting in the national scenario. Narendra Modi started his election campaigns in 2013 when he was declared as the prime ministerial candidate and Prashant Kishore was helping him. So, political consultancy, political strategy, professionals coming into this field, these kinds of opportunities were starting during that time, and I was one of the early entrants. Now, today, when I am here for this webinar and I see, more than 60 plus of you interested in this opportunity, where you want to explore this unorthodox field, it really gives me, a lot of inspiration. I would say that, youngsters are so keen to join this field. Definitely, when people like us come into this field, we bring in a lot of values. And on this note, I would like to start today's session. So, as I was introducing myself, let me just add on to my professional experience also, along with the year of passing out. So, after completing my course at IIT Kanpur and graduating in 2012, since then I am associated in this field initially with Aam Aadmi Party in 2013 and 2015 elections. In 2015, I predicted 66 seats to AAP, whereas AAP got 67 seats. After that, we worked with Zee News for opinion poll, exit poll. So you must have seen Zee Janta Ka Mood survey. So Janta Ka Mood is my company. And post that, in last Lok Sabha elections, I worked with Mr. C.R. Patil, who won with the highest vote margin in India in 2019 Lok Sabha elections. He's right now sitting member of parliament. Those who are from Gujarat must be knowing him because currently he is also Gujarat State BJP president. Then in 2019, I also authored this book, 3 Horrible Mistakes. It's available on Amazon and Flipkart. You can have a copy and read. Now, after that, along with, I would say writing book, working with politicians in election campaigns, and also working with university professors, both national and international, who are working in election space. We are doing university projects also with some top reputed Indian institutes as well as international institutes also who are working in democracy. Like there is a institute in London, Royal Holloway University of London, then Ashoka University, IIM Kolkata, IIM Lucknow, ISB Hyderabad. These are some of the top premier institutes where we are working with them on election related and political space related projects. Now, coming to today's topic of this internship. So let me first of all let me share with you, how this field is. So you must be having a lot of questions. So okay, so one thing that I want to share with you before we move on to the session is that whatever questions you have, you keep posting them in question and answer, because how this session is divided is that for initial 15-20 minutes I will be sharing with you what this industry is, what kind of opportunities which are available as a political consultant, and what you are supposed to do as part of this internship and the structure of this internship. Okay, now I'll be taking somewhere around 20 minutes, initial 20 minutes, to share this with you. After that, I will leave the floor open for your questions, for your doubts, any kind, whatever you have in mind. My intention with today's session is that I will clear all your doubts regarding the internship in today's session. And then also after I finish my initial brief to you about this field, after that, what I will do is that I will share with you one form. You are supposed to fill this form. This is regarding the internship, and based on the responses that we get from, of you who will be filling in this form, somewhere during the midway, I will share the link with you through chat. Then those who will fill the form, based on that responses, we will be scrutinizing it and finally offering the internship to some selective students. At present, we are interested in offering it to somewhere between 15 to 20 students. All right. Now, but at the same time, I would also I would like that you keep raising your hand whenever you have questions. At the same time, you also post your questions in Q&A, so that once I am finished with my initial brief, then I will answer all your questions. Acha, just tell me that are all of you aware of the raise hand feature in Zoom? Just type in the chat window so that I get to know whether you are aware of it or not. Acha, you are not aware. I see some people are not aware of the raise hand feature. Okay. And are you aware of the question answer where you can ask question? Share that also with me. Okay. Okay, I'm aware of both the features. Very good, Shripal. Arvind is not aware. Okay, fine, no problem. Okay, so let me briefly, share this with you so that you don't miss out on that. Okay, now when you see your Zoom screen, in the Zoom window below you, do you see Q&A over there? Q&A. So in that Q&A, you type in your question. That question will come to me as an open question. And once I answer that question, mostly I will answer live that question. So then it will go into answer tab. So if you can see the Q&A below, just type in the Q&A, just write test or whatever, just that you are aware of it. Write Q&A over there. Anything you write, just to know that you know the feature. Fine. Okay, I see a lot of people typing. Okay, if fine, lot of you are typing, very good. All right, I think everyone understood Q&A. Right, fine. Uh, is there doubt with anyone still? Do any one of you still have doubt with Q&A question there? So in this Q&A later on, you will be posting your questions. Okay, when I ask you to post, and even in between, whatever questions that you get, you keep posting here so that later on, once I finished with my initial part of the conversation, then I will answer all your questions. My intention is that I will answer all the questions that are there. Okay. Now, the second feature is raise hand. So, in the bottom of the screen, there is a raise hand. Yes, I see Pratik is raising hand. So, just press on it. If you have any question, then see, when I raise hand, you might be seeing on screen. So, similarly, okay, Ajit is raising hand. Kshitij is raising. Kshitij, Deepika, Sachin, Vishwanath, yes. Okay, you are raising your hands. Very nice. Akansh, Pratik, Ankit, Gautam, Usma, Ayush, very good. Very good. You are raising your hand. Wonderful. Okay, Kshitij, Sachin. I think so. All of you now, Samyak, very nice. Yes. So, at any point of time, whenever you have any question, suppose if it is not answered in generally, I'll answer it in question and answer. But if it is not answered, then it's a chance to speak, and then I will answer your question. All right. Is it okay? Can we start? I think now you guys are aware of the basic features. Most of you knew, but still, I thought that I should clear it for the ones who haven't, who don't know. All right. All right. So, okay. So let us start today's session. Intern as political consultant. Okay, first of all, let me share with you what political consultancy is all about. So, as you know that uh, every country is governed by politicians. So, there is this legislative body of the constitution through which elected representatives contest elections and they go into parliament and they make laws which in turn governs the country. Now, as you are aware that in a country like India, there are three elections. There is parliament election, which is Lok Sabha elections. Then there is in the states, there is MLA elections, state elections in which chief ministers are formed. So right now, election is going on in Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, Kerala, Assam, Pondicherry. In these states, state elections are going on. Then there are local body elections in which you must be seeing, Jila Panchayats are formed, chairman of the municipal corporations, then, Sarpanch, then Panches, then in the villages, the Panchayat elections are held. So these are local body elections. Similarly, in US, there is presidential election in which US presidents are elected. Donald Trump was the last president. Right now, the new president is Joe Biden. So these are the different ways in which elected representatives come to parliament. Now, these elections involve a lot of money. So if I just share with you, there is in India in 2019 Lok Sabha elections, it is said that BJP spent somewhere around 30,000 crore as their election expenditure. So does it ring a bell? 30,000 crore of money was spent in Lok Sabha 2019 elections. Do you know how many zeros are there in 30,000 crore? Okay, I can see just one yes. So, okay, 11 zeros, 8 zeros. All right. Okay. So, this is an exercise to you. In 30,000 crore, you have to find out how many zeros are there. So, the Lok Sabha 2019 elections had just one party, BJP, they spent 30,000 crore as their election budgets. Similarly, there were other parties also, like Congress was there, like Aam Aadmi Party was there, Trinamool Congress was there, then Samajwadi Party, Bahujan Samajwadi Party, you know, in Punjab, Shiromani Akali Dal. So these are the different parties. The 30,000 crore is just for one party. Now, each party must have spent, some might have spent less, some might have spent more, whatever it is. So, you know, it is estimated that their election expenditure, combined election expenditure, was somewhere more than 60,000 crore for the Lok Sabha 2019 elections. Now, this is just an estimate. There is no real way of finding out what kind of money went into what kind of campaigns. This is somewhere we are, all of us are just making guessworks. So if you just see, election commission tells us that, you know, the election commission, which is the apex body for conducting elections in India, their guidelines is that in the for Lok Sabha elections, one candidate has to spend somewhere between 54 lakh to 70 lakh rupees as their election expenditure. Okay. Now, how many of you think that an election expenditure where, you know, a member of parliament is elected spends somewhere around 70 lakh expenditure? Okay, so let me ask you this question. First, I will ask you, how much money do you think, like all of you come from different states, as I was looking into your forms, you know, you all, I'm very happy that, you know, from all states you have applied for the internship. So just if I ask you, in your area, there is a MLA who is member of Legislative Assembly, Vidhayak, you may call him. So what do you think he might have spent? You must have seen elections also, you know, as a part of your as a part of resident of the society. So what do you think the MLA or the Vidhayak must have spent in his election? Any guesses? Okay, Pratik is saying 10 crore for Kanpur Nagar, nearly 10 crore. So I'm asking for assembly election in which, you know, MLA is elected, who is member of Legislative Assembly and popularly known as Vidhayak. 100 crore, my God, MLA. Okay, this is strange. 50 to 65 crore maybe. Yeah, I'm sure you must not be knowing this, definitely. I'm asking you to guess, just do a guesswork. Whatever you think you might have heard from, you know, your near and dear ones, maybe your, through your parents or your relatives, just keep, I want to see what your guesses are. Okay, 55 lakhs, 15 crore, 1 to 2 crore in Maharashtra, 20 to 30 lakhs. Okay, very good. Okay, so now tell me, different people have different numbers. Fine. Now tell me, what are the different campaigns that they do with this money? Like when this money is spent, when MLA is spending this money, so he must be doing, there are certain kinds of campaigns which he's doing in order to win. Like you are part of IIT community, or okay, some of you are even first years. So if you have seen elections in IIT, or you know, if you are aware of this field little bit, you know, then what do you think are the different kinds of campaigns that they do? Should I give you a hint? Okay, yeah, some road shows, rally, poster, liquor. Yeah, liquor, very right. Liquor has a lot of, just before the election, lot of liquor is distributed. Rally expenses, meeting party, definitely yes. road shows, banner posters, definitely. I would say you guys are missing on some of the very important kinds of campaign marketing activity. Digital campaigns, very rightly said, Deepika. Digital campaigns. Yes, you now digital campaign involves huge expenditures. Okay, still keep saying, keep saying. Media, yes, definitely. IT cell, very right. Funding religious activity, Facebook advertisement, social networking, very right, very right, very right. So you check out network skill set, party booth, cost of ticket. Okay, cost of ticket for political parties, definitely. Right. So you guys have certain idea of the different kind of campaigns that they do. Very true. Now, if I ask you that as an MLA, so you have given me different kinds of expenditures. Okay, fine. Now, if I ask you that as an MLA, okay, how should you spend your, suppose if I ask you that you have to contest as an MLA, right? Now, how should you plan your expenditure? And suppose you have 1 crore rupee. Now, how will you divide your expenses amongst different campaigns so that you increase your chances of winning compared to your opponent? Do you get what I'm asking you? If you are campaigning, if you are doing marketing activity for your promotion as a candidate to win, now you must be allocating different budgets to different kinds of campaigns. Some campaigns may see larger budget, some may have smaller budget, depending on what kind of outcomes you get from those campaigns. Now, if I ask you, how will you divide your expenditure of 1 crore in different heads so that your likelihood of winning gets higher? Will spend on, okay, first I'll see maximum percentage of voters, their age group. Okay. Urban area, local area, definitely. So I just give you like 1 more minute to write. Then I will come to explaining this point. Okay, I'm getting certain numbers also. Yeah, certain percentages some of you are sharing, very right. Okay. Okay. So this is an exercise for you. After this session, you go and Google that if you have to stand as a MLA in the upcoming election, how should you plan your 1 crore rupee expenditure in different campaign heads so that you end up winning the election? Okay, got it. This is the problem statement which any new contestant who's coming to contest an election. Now just imagine all these MLA aspirants who are coming to contest the election. This is a problem statement for all of them. Okay, today we are discussing here, you are sharing your estimates here. Now these MLA contestants, they face this real challenge of how should they spend their money. Now 1 crore or 50 lakhs for that matter, it's a hard earned money. 50 lakhs we are talking about, right? And if we don't spend it right, then we end up losing the election. Okay, what does we mean by losing the election? All that 50 lakh runs down the drain. All that 1 crore runs down the drain. All that 2 crore runs down the drain. Okay, real money is involved. One spends lifetime in earning that and then comes and contests an election, and then all that money runs down the drain if the percentages, if the returns on campaigns are not measured properly if they take ill-informed decisions. Do you agree with me? If yes, then I want you to write in your comments, which is a very hard-earned money, 50 lakhs. Okay, all of you might be aspiring for a 50 lakh package when you graduate from IIT. Yeah, yearly package of 50 lakh. Very few selected students would be getting that. An average package, is somewhere between 12 lakhs to, let's say, 18 lakhs. Okay, now as you see that, now, okay, so I leave you with these estimates, which I asked you to Google and find out yourself. And let me know, if you come up with the right kind of estimates and all. But just to share with you, today in India, we do not have any system, we do not have any research, we do not have any data which is available around these election expenditures. Now, when I say no data is available, what do I mean? The data which is available is just based on estimates, is just based on hunch, is just based on, one or two data points, or maybe, one candidate might have declared his estimate, his expenditures. But as you know, depending on one kind of one figure or two figure or three figure is a very weak sample size to come up to draw any conclusions, right? And that kind of expenditure, the real numbers are not at all available in India. Now, as a part of your summer internship, it is this problem statement that you are going to solve. Do you get? The internship, this current internship that we are offering you, as a part of this internship, you will be required, you are expected to find out this exact election expenditure based on field surveys, based on interacting with politicians, vendors, who then party workers, all the different stakeholders who are, who are the different, who form the nodes of this election, during the election, who might have worked, who might have spent money themselves. So it is, it's not just asking them, they will tell us. It's not like that. It's a very complex problem statement. Nobody likes to reveal. Why they don't want to reveal? Let me share this with you. Election Commission tells Election Commission limit for an MLA is 28 lakh rupees. That one candidate has to spend 28 lakh rupees only in his election, as his election expenditure. Now, any one of you, all of you, and rather all of you, none of you have mentioned 28 or less than 30 lakhs as the election expenditure. All of you have mentioned 50 lakh, 1 crore, 2 crore, 10 crore, some, I also saw 100 crore number over there. So, since Election Commission's limit is just 28 lakhs, whereas all of us have this common knowledge that the expenditures are way above than 28 lakhs. This problem statement is a really complex problem statement that we need to find out, and how we will do it, that there is complete, we will handhold you step by step, guide you. We will have weekly interactions in which we will be, there is a complete set of structure through which we will guide you step by step how we move forward in this internship. That is the part of the internship that we will be sharing with the internship participants who are finalized from the activity initial scrutinizing of the responses that we receive. So just to share with you, this internship is about calculating the election expenditures which happen during elections. Does this problem statement sounds interesting to you? I want you to comment in the right here. Okay, lot of yeses. Nikhil says yes. Pranav, Sandeep, of course. Ankit, yes. Very much, yes. Really, really. Now, I want you to know, I want you to think for a moment that in case if we are able to, solve this puzzle of what kind of money, how our election should be planned, how we should, allocate the election budgets to different campaigns. Do you see this, that it is really going to help the society? It's really going to help the politicians in making right decisions and helping the new aspirants to plan and come to the election and get elected. Do you think that this is a meaningful problem statement, and what kind of opportunities do you see these problem statements will open up for you as interns and for you as future political consultants? I will be giving some 2 to 3 participants to share just one line. If this sounds interesting to you, you can raise your hand if you want to share. I will just unmute you so that you can share. Just 30 seconds time I will give you. If you want to share, anyone wants to share. Okay. So Sandeep, I am allowing you, just keep your answers within 30 seconds.
So my question is, I want to say something like, that as we know, the expenditure by MLAs can be differ from areas to areas, right? For the remote areas, the MLA don't have to expend much on the medias and social and the ITs thing. But if you are living in a metropolitan city, the MLAs have to expend more on the ITs and media kind of thing. So I think expenditure can be varies from different areas for different MLAs.
Okay. So okay, fine. So I do get your point. Now, see, the point is that election expenditures are something we are going to find out as a part of our project, because right now it's only based in theory or somebody saying something or somebody saying something. There are no concrete answers. That is what we intend to do as part of this internship. Okay. Now, what I wanted some of you to share, like maybe I'll just give one more person a chance because I'm already exceeding. I've taken 20 minutes. So I'll just give one more person a chance in terms of you just share that if we are able to find the answers to this problem, okay, as a part of our internship, then what kind of opportunities we see will open up for us as political consultant, for politicians, for young, aspirant politicians. Do you see, this solving of this problem will open up any kind of opportunity for anyone? Okay, so I'll allow Suryakant to say.
Hi, Bhaskar sir. So, if we are able to solve this problem, then it is very I can say from my personal experience, I was seeing the people they're contesting for the MLA elections, and they spend 1 crore, 2 crore, and this amount they spend in across different campaigns. And many campaigns are useless. Literally saying, many campaigns are useless. If I am able to find out where and how much money should I spend in order to get more votes. So this is very good as for as a MLA candidate or MP candidate. as I want to like suppose in future if I want to participate in MLA as a MLA candidate, then it would be good for me if I know if I can win the election with 30 lakh rupees, and if someone is electing that election with 1 crore and he is not winning because of this proper structure where and how much money to spend.
Very nice, very nice. So, very nice, as you have shared. So, see, as Suryakan shared that suppose if I am able to know that, I can win election just with 30 lakh rupees and somebody spends 1 crore. So it simply opens up, opportunity for a lot of young people to come and contest election who might have only 30 lakhs. This way good people can come into politics. And suppose this is one opportunity on the politician side, right? Then as a political consultant, suppose you approach some politician and who is, there to spend 1 crore, and you tell him that, sir, I will manage your election campaign. Okay, whatever budgets you have, you give it to me, I will manage. Okay, he says that he has 1 crore budget, and then you manage his election in 30 lakhs or let's say 40 lakhs. Now, aren't you going to make money in the process? And may not be all the money, but definitely since you have saved a lot of his money, so he might give you, as an incentive, as your earning opportunity. So it opens up, as you see. Do you see that there is actually money making opportunity and huge money making opportunity if you are able to accurately, plan the campaigns, execute the campaigns with right numbers, with right data points, not based on any hunch. Do you see that this kind of opportunities are possible and employment is guaranteed? I mean, for example, if you are saving somebody's even 10 lakh rupees, will the guy have a problem even in sharing, let's say, half of the money with you, if not full, let's say? And 10 lakh is like nothing when we talk of elections. Trust me, I have seen money much more. All right. So as I see that, you guys have shared with me. Okay, fine. Now let us come to, I have shared with you what this internship will be. And in the process, let me share with you, there will be a lot of development on your personal dimensions because you will be interacting with a lot of people. I will just come to the benefits of it. At the same time, let me come on the internship part, what we are here to offer to you. So this internship will be for 2 months period after your NSEM ends. So 1 week after that, it will start after your NSEM ends, and it will continue for 2 months period. So we might release the exact dates for the final participants. So just to share with you, it will be of 2 months period. You will have like, the holidays will be of 2.5 months. So you will have half month as your vacation. 2 months you will be spending on the internship period. Regarding the stipend, let me share with you, this stipend will be nil. There will be no stipend from our side for this internship, but definitely whatever expenses you will incur, we will reimburse that. There will be certificate for the successful completion of this internship, and this certificate will be given jointly to you. This certificate will be from a reputed university, from Ashoka University as well as Janata Kamut jointly, and it will serve you for all your future purposes wherever you are applying in national as well as international universities for higher education. Then for your job prospects later on, wherever you are applying, this will serve as a very good recommendation depending on how you perform in the internship. There will be exposure will be abundant because you will be interacting with a lot different kinds of people in the process who are, power influencers of the society. Like they will be MLAs, MLA candidates who have lost the election, then district magistrates, then the vendors who have worked in this field, the leading political consultants, as well as companies who are working in this space. So you will be interacting with them. There will be field work, there will be abundant of field work, but definitely we will ensure that, you know, because of COVID, you are not exposed too much to the risks of COVID. If COVID continues to increase, then we will see, you know, how do we restructure it. We'll maybe curtail the field works and all. We'll take care of, just to share with you, we will take care of the COVID situations, because for us, safety is very important for all of us. There will be a lot of analytical skills, problem solving skills that you will be required to demonstrate as a part of your internship, depending on what kind of students are good at what kind of skill sets. There is a lot of opportunity for you to enhance that skill set. At the same time, you will also be required to present your work to a sounding board, where in the process, you know, these will be quite reputed people of the industry who will be evaluating your work and who will be giving you suggestions. You can also make connections with them, which will help you in future. Then there will be leading experts from the industry. Once in a while, we will be also conducting sessions for you, where they will be sharing with you, you know, their experience and the more opportunities that they see. Now, for those of you who want to become entrepreneurs in future, this will serve as, you know, this is first of its kind. The experience is first of its kind, where actually you will see, you know, what an entrepreneurship involves. So any entrepreneur, all of you, those of you who want to become future entrepreneurs, this kind of practical exposure you will find nowhere else. Any kind of a different internship that you do, you will not find this kind of practical exposure, where you will learn strategy as well as operations. You know, this is like a strategy as well as consulting, both is involved in this part. Okay, so these are certain things that I had to share to you. Now I'm here to take your questions, to answer all your questions which I have received in the question answer. Meanwhile, you can continue asking your questions in the question answer. Now I'm here to answer all the questions, and through that I will ensure that, you know, your doubts for the internship is solved. Meanwhile, I will be sharing with you one form. This form you are supposed to fill. You know, since I have shared with you the internship experience, now I'll be sharing with you a form. Those of you who will fill the form, we will consider only those participants for the final stage of this internship, and from that list we will be shortlisting you and communicating with you, not with everyone else. So, okay, so as you see, Rahul has shared the form to all panelists. Rahul, you should share it with all attendees and panelists. In the chat window, I am sharing. Okay, I have shared with you. My teammate Rahul had shared earlier. I have also shared. Do you see the form? I will just share with you what it is. bit.ly/PC intern. PC stands for political consultant intern. I will also write it so that, you know, you don't miss out. PC intern. Can you see? If you see the form, just write there yes. Just write there yes, so that, you know, we know that you have received the form. Okay, so I will also share my screen so that, you know, it's available. So can you see here PC intern? When you type this on Google, in the Chrome. So you'll bit.ly/PC intern. This is a form, Google form. Those who will fill this form will only be considered for the next round. And from that, those who have responded here, from there we will be finally making the offers or to those candidates whom we select. Okay, now coming on to the question answer. You can continue writing your questions. I will solve the questions one by one, give answers to your questions one by one, so that all the questions are answered. Okay. Sir, this year we will not be getting the summer break due to delay in the semester due to COVID. Then how we will be able to manage the internship along with the semester? Okay, you will not be getting a semester break. I mean, so you should fill the form. You should fill the form. I mean, ongoingly, even after this session, like in next 1 hour, you should fill the form. So, okay, now one of you have told that you will not be getting summer break due to delay in the semester due to COVID. Now, since you will not be getting the semester break, then in that case, I don't know how we can do it. You can connect with me later on this point, because does everyone have this question that there will be no summer? Okay, somebody has replied. There will be no summer break for the first year students only. Rest will be having. Okay, fine. So for first years, there will be no summer break. So still, if you are interested, you fill in the form. We'll see, what we can figure out. For others, there is summer break. So this is for those for whom there is summer break. Okay, next question. How can one analyst work honestly if the politician is morally corrupt but cleverly camouflaging his intentions in front of people? Okay, so that is the skill set which we will be helping you with during the internship. Like during the internship, there will be interactions between the interns there and the experts, and in those interactions we will share with you how to deal with these kinds of situations. It's part of the internship, and we'll help you on how. This is a very good skill, very good question that you have asked, and by the end of the internship you will be knowing the answer, that how do you deal with incorrect people to find out the right answers from them. Very good question. Okay, so Arvind has asked, sir, BJP is spending so much money on election campaign, but why we didn't win Delhi election and Kerala election? Okay, so this is a question. See, I'm not here to answer this question right now, because this question diverts a little bit from the internship. But later on, I will definitely answer this question if you are part of the internship. So it's not just spending, but it's also, we need to look into holistic things. I'll share that later on with you during the internship. Will the budget allocation be done on the basis of interaction only, and what does the field work include? Okay, very good question. So the budget allocation will done not just on the basis of interaction. There will also be, like, you need to look into, there is a complete modeling that will be involved in the process. It will not just be field work, but you will have to apply your analytical skills as well. Politicians do report their expenses, so we need to find out, what they report and what actually they have spent through by talking to vendors, whom they have paid money, and we will also be meeting them, the politicians, and if they are willing to answer, then take answers from them as well. So we will be collecting answers from 2-3 sources, and then we will be doing a modeling that, depending on what kind of regression factor, which is coefficient present, where what is told and what the actual is, what kind of mismatch is there, and then we will try to fit in a regression line on that. So this will not be so simple as you are asking here. It will involve a lot of algorithms, mathematics, statistics also. Lot of analytical skills will be involved, and this is a complex problem we will discuss in lot more detail ongoingly during the internship. Sir, I am a Y20 student. This year we will not be getting summer break. Okay, so again, summer break question. Still see, let me share with you. If you are interested, you fill in the form. There is saying that you are Y20. We will see if we can figure out or not. In exceptional cases, we'll see for exceptional, students how we can manage. What kind of field work you mean? Okay, so very good question. So now when I say field work, the field work will be majorly your area of working will be in your native district. So wherever your homes are, you are required to work in your district, and you are required to interact with local people, local stakeholders in your district. You don't have to move out of city. Majorly, your fieldwork will involve within your city. In whichever city, in your hometowns where you are spending your summers. I hope the question is answered. Hi, Bhaskar. I had a question regarding the field in particular. As far as I know, there are already in-house teams of bigger political parties like AAP, BJP, Congress to look into their political campaigns and manage things on bigger level like state and national elections, and even for constituency level campaigns in some cases. Also on a small scale, do you think such consultancy is actually helpful? Does it become a job of field work and being connected to people of local area for election candidates in such cases? How will such research help in election campaign at smaller level? Let me share with you, election individuals as well. I mean, all the MLAs, they are spending their money, parties is spending money for party as a whole, whereas individual candidates also have this prerogative to win their particular election. So when we talk of political consultancy as an industry, politics as an industry, so we need to look into all the elements and not just any one element. Okay, you are right that different parties have their teams. You are absolutely right on that front, but still the teams don't have the answers to the problem that we are discussing right now. Why I am saying this? I have shared with you that after this session you do a research on internet, and if you come across any such numbers, do share that with me. Okay, and on this front I will also share with you that this might be 4 or 5 minutes longer. In America, political consultancy is 51-year-old industry. Every politician, whether he is at state level, mayor level, or at any levels, he requires professional help. Okay, he associates himself with a professional to win his election, to manage his election. Now, opportunities are available at all the levels in India. Only a few cases, because it is still in formative stage. The answers that you will find. Okay, I am in IIT Kanpur campus. Due to lockdown restrictions, we are not allowed to go out of campus unless there is medical emergency. Also, I am doing summer course. How will I go for the fieldwork then? Okay. see, along with fieldwork, it's not just fieldwork only, it also involves other aspects also. So still, if you are interested, do apply. We will look into that. I am not much good in speaking English. Can I get this intern? Absolutely. Very good question. So see, this internship will help you in building your self-confidence. When you are out there to talk to anyone, you are required to talk in Hindi and in native language rather than English. So do apply. Very fluent English is not required. तो वो समझेगा ही नहीं आपकी बात, तो आपको हिंदी में ही बात करना होगा. Do apply. English is not a constraint. Are there any technical skills expected from us like R, Python? Those who, if you have these skill sets, then definitely there is involvement of, these skills, these technical skills. But even if you don't know these skills, the programming language or the statistical language, then no problem. You can apply whatever is required. We will help you learn that as a part of the internship. That's our duty. In this internship, what is required is self-motivation and on a willingness to, solve the unsolved problem. That kind of zeal is required, first and foremost. It's not a typical internship. Let me warn you on this. How will you get access to meet politicians? Will consultancy help us in getting access? Yes, we will help you in meeting, getting appointments, and on all those fronts, we will help you. Don't worry on that front. The onus of connecting to different people like MLA, vendor, politician, I mean contacting them for a talk will be on us, or we will help you, in getting, access to these people, and how do you interact with them. We will assist you on all the levels. You don't have to worry on that front. I am more of an introvert. How would I talk to powerful people like MLAs? Very good. So, this is one very common thing that I come across. If you are an introvert, you must apply for this internship because this will help you in improving your skills. It's a lifetime opportunity for you where, once you complete this internship, you'll say that, now I'm very bold. You will be able to conduct webinars like this with, 100 participants. If you want this kind of power, do apply. I love your honesty, by the way, that you are an introvert. No problem. More than welcome. Is there any work related to machine learning and sentiment analysis? If you have these skills, definitely there are a lot of problems related to this also. Do apply. Do apply. Yes. We'll look into it. Since COVID restrictions are tightening in the campus, is there any possibility of more of a statistical work? Yes, definitely. There is possibility, since I earlier also mentioned, for selected students who are on campus and cannot move out due to restrictions, we will see, what can be done. Apply in this case also. Can you please more elaborate on the reimbursement procedure of cost incurred in field work? Definitely. So whatever expense that you will be incurring for any third party consumption, that expenses will be covered as the part of the internship. There is no stipend as such, but we will see that you don't incur any third party expense. All that expense will be incurred. We will share that with you, how to get those things reimbursed once the internship starts for the people with whom we are into internship. Okay, I think I have answered all the questions. Okay, there is one more question. How much time would we have to give? Because my MTech thesis supervisor would probably give some work in summer. Okay, so see, regarding time, I cannot tell you right now. You will be needing commitment here. And see, at the same time, it is not that it will be much more than what you are doing in your coursework. Definitely, there is a balance over there, and uh, you can get how much time regarding time. You can interact with me. You fill the form and then you talk to me personally on this. How much time? Is there any more question? I think I have answered all the questions. I have answered all the questions. Okay, so by 15 final month for me, will there be an issue of being short? So if even if you are Y15 and this you are free in this summer, you should apply because you'll get to learn a lot of things which might help you, which will definitely help you future on in your job prospect. When do we need to fill the form? So fill the form. It's a short form. Fill and submit soon. I'm expecting you to fill it and share. Why are you taking long time to fill and share? Fill and see, maybe for 1 or 2 hours after this, you finish it, and by tonight you can fill share. By tonight, fill. I think I have answered all the questions. I think I have answered all the questions. Those who have filled the form, very good. Those who are not, fill by tonight and share. PC intern, bit.ly/PC intern. PC is political consultant intern. Okay. By tonight, fill the form and share. If you have any more questions, then you can ask me. In the chat now, see, whatever I had to share, I have shared with you. From my side, it's complete. So I want you to tell me in chat if you have any more question, or should we end this session? Those who want to leave can leave. If you have no more questions, you can leave because I have completed whatever I had to share. Those who have to apply on this bit.ly/PC intern, because by tonight you have to apply based on the applications that we receive. We will do next round of shortlisting, and then we will announce the final results. By when will you announce the results? Okay, so you will receive it in mail. Don't worry. You will receive it in mail. Less than 1 week time we will take. We will take less than 1 week time. I have joined a bit late. Can you share how and why you started your journey? Okay, so Kshitij, you can connect with me on LinkedIn, and we will discuss over there because most of the students, we have already covered that part. Connect with me on LinkedIn. We will share. I'll share you there. Okay. Sir, your email ID. Okay. All right. So let me share my email ID also. So here is my email ID for those who have questions. I am also sharing my mobile number in case if you have questions. Can you kindly keep an interview round if possible to get to know? Yes, definitely I will. That is part of our selection process. So we'll do that. Don't worry on that. We'll have only interested people, and actually we'll see that, if somebody is genuinely interested, we will try to ensure that he's part of the internship. That is our thing. When will the intern be starting? Can you tell an exact date? I will tell the exact date that it will start after your exams, don't worry. And I will be announcing it soon, don't worry on that front also. To those who have applied, most probably after 1 or 2 weeks, we are still figuring it out, the logistics of it, final logistics. So it might be 1 week after, maybe 1 or 2 weeks after your exam. Don't worry, I will announce that, once I announce the people who are finalized. It will be of 2 months, okay? It will be of 2 months with a rolling period. So in case if you will have like half a month break. Don't worry on that. How will we find the stakeholders in our district? We will have to do that ourselves. No, we will tell you how to do it. You don't worry on that front. We will help you in finding these stakeholders. That's our responsibility. Okay? You sign up. We will help you with finding these stakeholders. Will you be sharing recording of this session? Oh, okay. So, no, I will not be sharing recording of this session. Okay. How frequent will be the field trips? Okay, so see, we will, that is part of the internship. There will be field trips. Let me share with you. It will not be every day, of course, because these will be, the stakeholders will not be a lot of people. These will be couple of people through which you will have to maybe meet multiple times, or you might also set up Zoom calls with them after initial meetings, initial face-to-face meetings. Future meetings, you might set up Zoom calls also and meet them. I hope I have answered your questions. What kind of fieldwork you mean? Okay, I have answered this. Any more question? Any more question you have? By tonight, latest, fill the form and share with me. Is there an option of PPO? There is an depends on how qualified you are. Don't worry. We will talk about it to the participants. To very talented, don't worry. Sir, BJ, any more question? Any more question? I am here to answer your question. If you have, I'll be here 5 more minutes. If you have any question, just share. Else you can share how did you like this session. But before sharing that, save my mobile number and email ID in case if you have questions, you can WhatsApp me or you can email me. Avoid calling me because I might not pick your call. If I'm not answering you on WhatsApp, then you can call me definitely. Any more question? Okay, so hope to see you guys, the interested ones. I hope this session was informative. You understood about this field. Okay, I'm here. I'm switching off my video. I'll be here for 3 more minutes till 19:17, 7:17. After that, I'll end this session. Hope those who have taken the respective call details, the form link. Okay, I'm switching off my video now. Thank you and bye-bye.